Yo guys, I've got the spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of Telltale's Walking Dead Hero Channel. I should not be coming into this intro with this much excitement right now, because you can tell just from the lighting and the music that this is going to be an episode where we are not getting out of the end of it without some sort of emotion in between. The title does not lie. This is going to be depressing, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to it. My raw emotional connection to this game is going to be a testament to just how truly incredible the characters' writing is throughout the course of this game. There is notifications on my computer that are now annoying me, but now that I've dealt with said notifications, they are annoying me much less. But that being said, this is one hell of an episode. In fact, this is one of my favourite episodes of the entire franchise, let alone my favourite episode of the season. Yes, it's a depressing one, but again, that's what I love so much about it. The strong emotional tethering that this episode forces you to go through with these characters, and it's just a really great way at exemplifying their arc and really just showcasing what makes these characters tick. It's a great character study. So without further ado, let's get into episode 3, Broken Toys, which comes after episode 2, a episode where we were left in a particularly peculiar spot, one in which I beg the question, how do we even come back from this? So we are now going to play through an underdog story, and so if the game wasn't compelling enough already, this adds to that. The idea of us taking on some incredibly unlikely odds.
To call home, AJ and I found an old boarding school run by kids deep in the forest. Their leader was a guy named Marlon, and AJ pulled the trigger. I told AJ that what he'd done was murder, that he'd have to atone for it. The other kids agreed. They voted to kick us out.
Yeah, that went well for him, didn't it?
Then, AJ and I were attacked by Abel, one of the raiders Marlon had given the twins to. He was with someone I thought I'd never see again. Lily. We were almost eaten by walkers when suddenly one of them spoke to me. His name was James, an ex-whisperer who didn't believe in killing walkers. He helped me treat AJ, but without real medicine, he wouldn't make it. The kids didn't turn away the sad sight of AJ and let us back inside. After I told them how we could defend the
We're getting chills just from the music alone. As I said during the intro, between the colours and the music is just really atmospheric and eerie.
I decided to help Lewis tune his piano.
Oh yeah, we helped Lewis, alright. There was no better decision to be made right there. I keep accidentally moving my curtain, which is a massive increase on the brightness, because that's kind of what natural lighting looks like. I'm afraid that I can control many things, but the sun is not one of them. Welcome to a stream, Bounty Hero. I really appreciate you stopping on by as we recap the traumatic events of the previous episode.
Mitch threw himself at Lily and got a knife to the
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
To decide. I fired and saved Lewis.
Whoop, whoop. We got to save the important one at least. Him and Clementine. Clementine being number one priority, because let's be honest here, these raiders, not killing or capturing Clementine was their biggest mistake. They are truly screwed now. Just like the Star Wars universe, where the entire bad guy army is screwed. As long as R2-D2 survives, it doesn't matter. They can kill every single character, but as long as R2-D2 lives, the bad guys are truly screwed. This is the same case, but with Clementine. Well, my lighting and just the framing of my face cam in general is very different from the previous episode. That's because we put my TV up on the wall, so it's much higher, and it's actually much nicer on my neck. I do prefer the TV being up there, but it does make the face cam a little bit weird, because I'm looking so high into the sky, because I have to have my camera set down on my desk, and then my TV is elevated above it. But trust me, it's best this way, because otherwise, the TV would have to be on the desk, and then I have very little room left on the desk, and if I put the camera on top of the TV, then it would be too wide, and you'd barely get any of this gloriousness you see before you. You're in Denmark for some extra days? You lucky person, you. I would love to be stuck in some other country elsewhere, and I actually said it without sarcasm. That unironically came off a little sarcastic. But still, no need to apologise. I haven't even been streaming for the last few days. This episode was significantly delayed by 6 days because I was unable to do it last Sunday because I had my graduation the next day. I am officially a graduate of University of Lincoln. That's huge.
Now he's gone.
Damn!
Stabbed in the eye by some asshole who never even knew his name.
Mitch was looking after all of us. He gave his life so we could go on fighting.
I know that. Doesn't make it any easier.
He'd want us to find
Oh, this pain. These kids don't deserve this. I'm talking about my graduation whilst these kids never survived their graduation.
He passed out from the pain.
Thanks.
AJ wanted to stay down there and keep an eye on him.
We have quite the crew here. 6 children against an army of experienced military soldiers. Yeah, I'm sure that we stand a chance.
Willie! Well, it's true! We had a plan and that idiot messed it up!
Hey! Cut that shit out!
Someone's gotta say it! It's what everyone's thinking.
10!
Yeah, but there's a time and a place, dude.
Let me handle this. Talk to Abel. See if you can't find out where Lily took Vi, Omar, and Asim. I wanted to hurt him, you know, to make him talk, but I just couldn't.
Oh, his heart is too big. I love Lewis. Oh, I mainly love how big his heart is. This scene truly shows that. And they're so perfect for each other. I'm geeking out over it. This is perfection, this writing right now. They don't even need dialogue to express how close they became. Not only have we seen a growth in their relationship, and a major one at that, which is just really satisfying to see how that pans out, rather than just being the same and it getting boring and stale after a while. But on top of that, their body language is just so expressive. It's not really anything, any experience you get out of any other game. So now we have our first explorative section of the episode. There's going to be a fair few of these because this is one of the longest episodes of the entire franchise. In fact, I think the only one that might just outdo this episode is the 4th one from the 1st season, given that that episode is almost 3 hours long. I think the episode is way too long for what it is. It has major pacing issues. This one might be long, but it does not suffer those same pacing issues.
This should be strong enough to hold him.
Strong enough to hold him? Are you kidding me? They use that stuff on spacecraft. If there's a crack on your spaceship, then just string it together with some duct tape and it'll be absolutely fine. Duct tape is the strongest, like, material in the known universe. Okay, I don't know why we weren't looking for duct tape when we accidentally shot Marlon in the head. You know, we should have just duct taped the wound together and it would have been fine. Here we go, we're getting our priorities straight. You know, rather than torturing Abel, we're making sure that we've collected all of these sketch toys. But it's our girl! Who's good girl? Because we pet her in one of the previous, well, in the previous episode, we pet her when she was sat beside Marlon's grave. We pet her, so now she trusts us, and it's so cute. Rosie is one of the single greatest Telltale awkward characters out there. And the fact that this doggy also warms up to us over time, we trade her up, and man, is she awesome! She also saves Clementine on multiple accounts because she's awesome.
Got your gun.
We can't go much wrong with Rosie. That's the case in point. We should take Rosie on a mission with us. Then the raiders, between Rosie and Clementine, the raiders are truly fucked.
It's different like this, with them all broken. But I still hate them.
Ready?
Go on, let's give AJ the honors.
Wake him up.
He's going to enjoy this. Hell, I'm going to enjoy
Wake up,
this.
stupid shitting fuckhead.
Son of a bitch. Well, it ain't no way to wake an old man up from his afternoon nap. I was having a nice dream, too. About a girl I used to know.
Okay, we should stop him there, right?
She also
We should stop him there.
I wasn't a prisoner, if you get my meaning.
Yep, told you we should have stopped him there, but he just had to keep going on and on.
Got any water?
As if we're wasting water on this freak.
He gets nothing.
If we give him water, maybe he'll atone.
Nothing until after he's told us what we need to know.
You aren't fooling anyone with the hard act. I can tell you never done this before.
Yeah, that's why this is going to be
Make this harder than
fun.
it needs to be, okay? I just want to know where Lily took my people.
It doesn't matter. As soon as she gets there, she's gonna turn around and come right back for me. You better give me the 5-star treatment. If I'm smiling when she gets here,
You know already what I'm gonna do. This is the most brutal way to torture Abel, and I give no shits whatsoever. This guy had it coming. There's your 5-star treatment, mate.
Just tell us where they took our friends so we can get them back.
And Rosie is still the cutest character here.
the only reason we came here was for more manpower. Losing Jonathan and me for 3 sprouts that can barely hold a gun. Even a dummy like me can do the math on that one.
So, you're just going to expose your own plot holes, video game. That's what we're going to do, is it?
One community against another. From Richmond to the coast. Back at the Delta, we're at war. With some really sick fucks who make me look like the...
The Raiders' arrogance truly were a greatest undoing, because Abel is right. The resources they had already, the resources that they're expending on this expedition is not worth the benefit at the end. You've got to weigh up cost and benefit, and the cost for this is way greater than the benefit. These Raiders are fucking stupid. No wonder why they needed these kids. Clever, tight, and smart, and all of them combined.
To get my friends back, so stop wasting my time.
Okay. Front pocket. The answer to all your questions. Read it.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. What the fuck? Is this code?
No, it's fucking Leviticus. I was hoping it'd be some timely, moralistic shit about turning the other cheek. Well, come on. That thing ain't gonna light itself. Wanna know where your friends are?
Funniest part is that the thin pages of the Bible do make for ideal cigarette thingamabobs, whatever they're called. I don't know, I don't smoke, so I know nothing of this nature. I do know, however, that it fucking hurts when you do this.
I'm out of patience, Abel. Tell me where Lily went. Now!
Oh shit. Dude's as good as dead.
That's a lot of blood.
Surely after Abel lost the arm that it would have sunk into the heads of the Raiders that this whole plan is stupid. Let's just cut their losses and go back.
He's gonna die, isn't he?
But nope, these Raiders are stupid.
I hope so. And I hope he suffers every moment till he does.
We are not being a good influence right now.
When you pushed me off that balcony, something must have burst inside of me. Shit.
But that's not the only thing Bible pages are good for. Because they're thin, they make really good toilet paper, and given it in the zombie apocalypse, Bibles are probably going to be in abundance like they are already. You know, you're going to find them everywhere. But a Bible is the most shoplifted book in the world after all, so... ideal. Making the best of a bad situation, that being you can't get toilet paper, you just use a Bible as a toilet paper.
Everything I ever got, I got with my own 2 hands. And my will. For my body to dirt on me. To take control. I'll tell you where to find Lily. Just promise. You won't let me turn. I'm begging you.
Nah, we gotta let him
How about
sweat.
this? How about you tell me everything you know, and then we'll see.
I need assurances.
That's as good as you're gonna get. Hurry up, Abel. You don't have much time.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't let me become one of those things.
Try me.
What if they could feel it when they turn?
Oh, you're about to know soon enough.
You'll find out soon enough. Maybe you just end up trapped, along for the ride.
There are people trapped inside walkers?
Yeah. That's why you put a bullet in them, if they're gonna turn.
Or maybe
Hey,
that's
do
why
not
you let
influence
them.
this kid.
Okay. In my boot, you'll find a paper with everything you need to know.
Well, that certainly is convenient.
AJ, check his boot.
We have a boat. That paper shows the miles to the nearest stops. Those words, they're city names. We use them like a call and response. Make sure we don't go shooting our own. Only one we use these days is Rockingham.
Okay, gotta make a mental note of that.
You got what you wanted. Please, don't let me become one of those things. Please. I don't want
Okay, we'll show him one final last act of kindness. Last thing anyone is ever doing for him.
I wanna let me keep my face.
Dude! Just be happy and get what you're given.
You don't need to watch this.
I want to.
I can't lie, I hate this guy, but that's not gonna make this any less brutal. And you'll see why soon enough. Ooh! Oh, it's the noise of the face he makes. It's horrifying.
At least he can't hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, game. Thank you for making me face what it is I just had to do. Very rarely does a game ever slap you with so much instant regret straight to the face. Whew. And I thought the previous episodes had good openers. That is how you make a lasting impact. There we go. This song is amazing too. Gonna get copyrighted for it, as I always do, but that's fine. We don't care about monetization on these particular streams, as long as I don't get a strike. And luckily, when it comes down to music, at least for gameplay videos, I tend to not get strikes.
Sometimes I don't know where this dirty road.
I mean, this is not the kind of upbeat song I'm making it out to be. This is very much a mood setter, a depressing one at that. Though I do think this would be better with the Michonne theme music rather than this particular music. I think the Holding a Gun in Your Hand is a much better track. But the thing about this song is that it feels final, it feels brutal. It reminds me of Take Us Back from the very first game, where that song played at the very end of the game, so that then all of the emotions and everything just truly are, you are left to absorb all of that emotional distress. You're just left to process Clementine's pain, and because you care for that character, her pain transfers over to you. It's what makes the ending of Season 1 so brutal and yet so fucking beautiful at the same time. The roller coaster of emotions, it's highly memorable. I feel as though anyone who's played these games would at the bare minimum remember the emotional impact that these games would have on you.
Once we find the boat, we'll look for a way to...
Dear,
sneak on
Clementine
board.
is a bit outnumbered. This seems like a bit of a
Ted
guys'
doesn't
club right
fuck it up
now.
this time.
It wasn't Tin's fault.
Yes, it was. Mitch died because he...
Say one more thing about Tin. I dare you.
Guys, there it is.
Hello there, Shiny Steelix and Maker of Dumb YouTube videos. It's great to see both of you. I hope you guys are ready to be all depressed like, because this episode is a depressing one. I'm ready to cry just thinking about what comes up in this episode, because those of you who haven't experienced this episode and you're experiencing this alongside me for the first time,
See anything?
we're in for a treat with this one.
A
And the
boat
best part is
in
that this was no accident.
wood
The impact of
street in
this
the water.
episode, everything
Called
that's
it
set
here.
up is
Here.
intentional. The developers knew
Let's spread out
exactly
and
what it
focus
was
on
they
those
were doing with
areas.
this one.
Keep your heads low.
That's why I admire it so much. And let's not forget, the next Versus episode is actually going live later this evening, so we're going to have last Tuesday's episode finally going live today, and then obviously on Tuesday we're going to have the next episode of Versus after that, and then episodes 10 and 11 are going to come out the same day. They're going to be a double bill, so that's going to be a pretty mad day for Imaginators Versus. Anyway, there's plenty of things to explore here. We'll start with your boy over here.
Find anything over here?
They have horses.
So The Walking Dead has two
me see.
different canons. It has the comic book canon and it has the TV show canon. The important thing to note about these games is that they are set in the Walking Dead universe, but the comic book
Torches?
universe. These are
I think so.
Could be easy fire.
these are set in the comic book universe, not the TV show
Setting a
universe.
fire would get their
But that
attention.
does
Scare the horses, too.
create the theory. A lot of
Get on
fans
board
out there have
easier
subscribed
that
to the
way.
theory that there is a TV show version of these characters. We've just never actually seen them in any of the TV shows. And after the success of Last of Us, I'm certainly, everything I say here,
If we
take it
cut
with a grain of
those
salt.
horses
It would
free,
be
we
so
could slow
awesome
down
to see
anyone
these
trying
games
to chase us.
adapted. Especially since we've seen Walking Dead adapted already. TV shows are highly successful, so to see these games adapted and to get it adapted into the TV show universe, and then we get the TV show version of these characters, oh, that would be amazing. And the best part is that they only need to do 4 seasons for each game, respectively. It could be a season. You don't need to go through and do all 9 yards like they did for last few times with Walking Dead. Anyway, where's the there it is. We want the horseshoe.
Must have fallen off one of the horses when the raiders came through.
That's lucky. Not that we need any luck, because we have every ounce of skill. Like, seriously, every fibre of Clementine's being possesses more skill than entire individuals. Woo! Double down on the luck. Can't go much wrong with that.
Rabbit's foot.
Again, not that we need
Omar
much
used to
luck.
carry around a rabbit's foot. You don't think?
We'll take it home. We can give it back to him once we've saved him.
Damn right, we're saving him. Anyway, where's your boy Willie? There you are.
Anything
That
useful?
camera angle was weird. It
Looks
threw
like
me off for a
building material.
second.
Furniture.
But to answer your
Probably
question,
stuff
it
in the
is
train
a
station.
game set in the Walking Dead universe, but it's not the game version of the Walking Dead. At least not the TV shows, mind you, because it's set in the comic book universe instead.
Wood
And there are comic book
bit of
characters
it.
in these games. The first season has Herschel and Glenn in the first episode, and then in The New Frontier, Jesus is
More
around, but
torches.
Jesus in these
Torches?
games
We could use that
isn't
fire.
nearly as good a character as he is in the comics. In fact, Jesus is one of the few characters that I preferred in the comics. I liked him in the TV show as well, but in the comics he is a different beast altogether. Anyway, what else do we have around here? There's soldiers for starters. There's a wooden decking. What else do you want me to look for, video game? I am major confusion. I was too busy not really listening to these characters, was I? This is what happens when you ramble on and on. But yeah, that fella right there, he's about 4 times the size of us. He's easily 4 times as heavy. Like, look at the muscle tone in that guy. I do not want to have to deal with that guy. So terrifying. That being said, so we checked out the supplies already. We checked out the fire. I can't remember what else there is to check out all this. Can I not back out? I mean, it's not letting me back out, which is a bit of a nuisance. Hi there, fella. It's actually a miracle that he hasn't spotted us yet. He's just kind of going back and forth. That's a video game NPC for you.
loading
For
these rafts
rafts,
with
that's what
supplies.
I was missing.
Cut those loose and just ride them downriver. Easy.
Oh, he has a crossbow, alright. He has a crossbow, and he is about 4 times the size of us, but you know what? Clementine is a badass who has the thickest armor of them all. Plot armor.
Have you ever seen
I
this
love
thing
me a healthy dosage
No
of
way.
plot armor, and we
I'm
know
sure I
this
would've
because
remembered it by the
Clementine,
tiny river
in the
boat.
8 years she survived the apocalypse,
Where I'm sitting,
should have died
looks like that pier is the only one
about
inside.
40 times by now.
Let's see what else is down there.
She 1000% would have died in New Frontier if not for Javier, but that's because Javier is a fucking unit. If Javier was here right now,
We can sneak in undetected.
for Raiders are already screwed between Clementine and Rosie alone, but if Javier was there, it would be such a one-sided battle, it wouldn't even be funny. I would feel sorry for Raiders. I would personally throw in about 80 more Raiders so that then it would be somewhat of a fair fight if Javier was here as well. Granted, the Raiders are already, you know, maybe 20 or so people short because they have to deal with Clementine. So it's already not a fair fight, but adding Javier into the mix, it would just be overkill.
This is really it.
Hello, Lulalanda, welcome to the stream. Obviously, I'm joking about Clementine's overall power, but these games are brutally realistic. So, our chances are very much in the single digits when it comes to the success chances
There's one at the other end of the
of
boat,
this.
too.
We are literal children
At the top of those
going
coastal
against
woods.
military soldiers
how to deal
with
with
years
things.
upon years of experience. I have this really nasty feeling that someone's gonna
It's a place
die,
to keep prisoners.
and I am terrified.
Rigs. Boat
What if
jets.
Gabriel was there? Do you mean TV show Gabriel or comic book Gabriel? Because comic book Gabriel was fine, especially towards the end, and it's tragic how he goes in the comics. And then there's TV show Gabriel, who survives to the end, spoiler alert I suppose, but he makes it all the way to the end, and in the TV show he is much more a badass than he is in the comics, that's for sure. Anyway, what we've got to check out next is the
No
pathway.
good cover leading up to the boat.
It's almost like these military soldiers with military experience made a military tactic where they have the advantage. They can see for miles around them. It's like they're experienced because they've done this before. No wonder why they were so arrogant and cocky to think that they could get away with these raids without any sort of critical injuries or resource expenditure. They were proven wrong because Clementine is a badass.
We should get out
Perhaps
here
I'm
before they spawn.
confusing the
We can
names
talk
of
to
two
the clan once we're
characters.
somewhere safe.
For one in the video game with an beanie. Oh, that's Jesus, not Gabriel. Yeah, Jesus is in New Frontier, but if Jesus was here as well, I agree. Raiders would need a whole fucking army to take down him because Jesus is badass, and because New Frontier has comic book Jesus, one thing they do get right is how overpowered Jesus is. Like, Jesus in New Frontier is insane.
Our only hope is to distract
In the
them
TV show,
while we
they
sneak
really,
on board.
really nerfed that guy,
We
and
should burn
he's
this
not as
stuff.
good a character for it.
That'd work. We could burn the supplies or the hay they keep for the horses.
Whatever we don't burn, we should take. Ruby would love to have the horses. But I'd rather steal those supplies.
Burn the supplies. We'll take the horses and the hay if we can.
Ruby'd help with that. She's like a horse whisperer.
That's
Fire will lure
convenient.
the raiders away from the boat, and we can sneak across the pier.
If anyone sees us, they'll shoot.
You remember that guy I told you about, James? He sent in walkers to save us from Lily and Abel.
Oh, the fact that Whisperers even
Convince
appear
him
in
to
this
do it
game
again.
is fucking insane for the amount of dramatic
If we
irony
need a
that
big enough
creates,
group
and
of them on
especially
the beach,
since
we can find them without being
for
seen.
Whisperers in the comic books, again, they're brutal, they're much more brutal than they are on the show. Personally, I find it to be that way.
Well, hell yeah.
And
Find out how much each
here,
episode is.
obviously we
Services.
don't see the Whisperers in the peak of their brutalness, because instead we're dealing with a
Attack us again. What then?
deserter, someone who left Whisperers behind because he didn't agree with their tactics, but it's
Quick.
still something pleasant to see, and it's a great way to tie back to those comic books that these games are set in the same universe as. Oh, pardon me, cough, but that is true. In The Last of Us
A raider.
TV
Has
show,
to be.
Troy Baker has a
I'll see
role.
if they know anything
I didn't know
about
his name was
us.
James. I knew he was the second-hand man to the cannibal dude. I forget even the cannibal dude's name. Some Last of Us fan I am. I want to say David or something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
Drop it.
That was sneaky.
Where do you keep the people you steal? I don't know what you're... I'm not fucking around. Answer the question. The boiler deck. Second deck. They're all there.
Oh yeah, Ellie's mum in the Last of Us TV show is also Ashley Johnson, who also has a voice in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show, which I didn't know about until I started watching the show, and then randomly Renee comes in, and I couldn't help but feel as though that voice was familiar. So for 20 minutes for that episode, I'm like, where have I heard this voice before? Where have I heard this voice before? And then all of a sudden, I realised that it was Ellie. I'm like, they got Ashley Johnson for the show. That's insane.
Brody.
You never played the games. I mean, granted, a lot of people are being introduced to Last of Us story through the TV show. My parents never played the games, but they watched the TV show. So it's really great how now a fantastic, phenomenal story that adapts so well into a TV show format. It's great that now a wider audience can know and appreciate this beautiful story. That's why I wish these games get adapted, because if these games were adapted, Walking Dead fans who don't even know of these games' existence, fans that come purely from the TV show, they'd finally be able to experience how much of a treat these games are, especially the story behind these games, because they're so story driven that they would adapt them to a TV show so incredibly well. But that being said, I am talking over Minnie right now. This is a huge revelation. Minnie and the other one who Marlon gave up to Raiders. This is Minnie. She is one of them, and boy has she turned. If this is what the fate lies in wait for those who are taken by the Raiders, then we want to avoid that fate at all costs, because this is a fate worse than death.
Clem saved us.
Yeah. Then how come so many people are dead? He wouldn't have gotten people killed. He murdered Brody. What?
Minerva? Where's Sophie?
Sophie, that was her name. I thought it was, I just didn't want to say it in case it sounded stupid.
Protecting the Delta. A hero. A hero? God, you...
Minerva!
Shit.
She's unbelievably twisted. Yeah, I have a feeling that she is not coming back from that.
Finish up and head back. I want to be in before dark.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I thought the plan was over like that. Oh! That was way too close to call. You see what I mean? In real life, as realistic as these games are, there is no such thing as plot armor. Anyone could die, literally anyone.
2 days.
But in any regular situation, I feel as though 80% of the time, she is exposing these fools, and they are all dead.
The only way you're gonna save your...
There is no way Lily would spare Clementine so easily the second time.
Don't fight this. If Ten could see you now, he'd be ashamed to call you his sister.
And I hope that cuts fucking deep, because man, she deserves it. I have not played any Metal Gear game. The closest I've came to playing a Metal Gear game is playing Snake in the Super Smash Bros. And even then, I hate playing a Snake. I hate playing as Snake, I hate playing against Snake.
Okay?
Just everything Snake related in Smash Bros.
It doesn't change.
Fucking sucks!
We still have to get onto that boat.
And also Snake, what a weird choice for Super Smash Bros. The first ever third party Super Smash Bros. Character.
Everyone except 10.
I warned you.
Enough, both of you. AJ and I will go...
I mean,
find
come on, we
James.
want 10 as far away from this planet as possible. The guy's practically useless. Okay, he's small. He's naive. He's basically the Ben of this season. And the last thing we need is Ben being right in the middle of great danger. Because we all know what happened the last time we put Ben in the middle of this shit. What's her name died? Not what's her name, anyone but that.
How many walkers do you think James will help us get? 15?
Granted, you
100,
technically
1,000?
also get Duck and Catcher killed as well, technically speaking.
Ow.
Gunshot wound.
It feels like someone pinched me from inside.
Here, Let's rest a second.
Poor AJ, no kid deserves to be fucking shot, man.
Clem, I keep thinking.
Barney Hero, so I see you're
When we
one of
said all this
those
stuff about
players in
Tim-
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, I
I'm
can't
so
really
mad.
complain. I play Diddy Kong for the banana,
There's no
so...
way.
Yeah, that's right, I'm one of
Things.
those Diddy Kong
I wanted
players.
to hurt him. I know I should.
But yeah, if you came across my Diddy online,
stop thinking.
you're in trouble.
I wanna just.
I'm not good at the game, but I'm good with Diddy,
Punch his
so I'll
head.
take that much. And I'm only good, I wouldn't say I'm
I
great.
tried breathing, kicking rocks. I don't like this feeling. Wanting to hurt somebody.
Sometimes staying focused on what I'm doing helps me forget when I'm angry. Just, think about saving our friends or...
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Right now it's just different. I can't make my brain switch to thinking about that. Like, I think I'm mad at Tin too.
I'm glad that there's so much
When
dialogue
we
in this game
attacked
because you
school,
truly
really
get
stupid.
to
But he
see
just
and
doesn't know
feel
stuff like we do.
what AJ is going
And
through.
then Willie started yelling at him.
Saying
instead
he's
of
an
helping him
unrealistic
out.
character for his age,
Why
I
don't the other
think
kids know
for
all
the
the stuff
most
we
part
know?
it is a nitpick.
And there's a plan,
Some of the stuff
you
he
have to
does,
follow it.
I
And
agree.
when you yell at someone, it just makes them not listen.
Why
Otherwise,
don't we teach them?
for the amount of
Smart.
development he's
Someone
trying to go
just has to
through,
show
he's
them what to do.
trying to process a million different
Yeah.
things at once. He's trying to grow,
I want
all
to know how
whilst
to be
he
safe.
thinks he's doing great, but he's
We can
completely
show them how to be
unaware of his
smart,
own
like us.
situation. He's unaware of how much growth he has to
It's
go
weird
through.
that people are
In
so
other words,
different.
he's being a 5-year-old. He is developing
And
these
here's
thoughts and
Erickson's boarding
feelings
school
as
for
things go
troubled
along. He
youth.
is reacting to situations in a way that
Troubled
he
youth.
thinks is right now, but in the future he'll
Trouble
look
like
back
that.
and think, man,
So they
I
did
was a
bad
stupid
things?
child. To which I
Um,
think the same way.
Sometimes they do them
I was a
because
stupid child.
bad things happen to them. I knew a doctor once, back when you were just a baby. He called it trauma. You have some too, you know. The thing where people can't walk up behind you.
Ah, fuck
I
trauma.
don't like that trauma. I want to get it off of me. How do I get rid of it? I don't even like the way the word sounds.
It doesn't work like that. It's too deep down inside you. It never goes away.
Just
That
give the poor kid a fucking reality
But
check,
you
why
can
don't
resist
we?
it, just like anger.
I still like
Yeah,
it.
there's no greater awakening than that. That is the most brutalist
I like
form
Tim
of
the most,
honesty.
I think. Even if he does dumb things.
But that's what's so
Actually,
beautiful about this game. Like,
I think he's my first real
AJ
friend.
is trying to process all of this
Oh, yeah?
trauma, and as a
I thought I
kid
was
you
your
do
first
things
real
and you don't
friend.
understand why you do them, and it's based
Yeah,
on this
but
trauma.
You don't count.
An episode of
You're old.
Arthur even tackled
I'm
this
not.
idea of a traumatic
Fine.
experience,
He's my
and it's one of the most
first real
well-written arcs of the entire show when their school gets caught on fire. It's insane what Arthur was able to get away with as an animated show aimed at children. The amount of lessons from that show that really stick with you and help a child to develop key skills throughout life is a testament to how good the show truly is. Like, any kid who grew up with Arthur is no doubt a good kid. It's that good a show, mind you. I mean, granted, parenting is a lot more important, and so great parenting also shows when you've raised a kid right. But, you know, you gotta also give a kid merit. A lot of the time, they are perfectly capable of also figuring things out on their own. That's what AJ is doing. AJ is fighting this battle, and he's getting through it.
Just
He deserves praise for that, even if what's so great about him is that he knows when to ask for help. He is capable of it. He's not too prideful. But then again, that's because as a kid, he's too stupid to not feel that way. He doesn't have too many, like, feelings and thoughts getting in the way. He doesn't have
bad people from your
insecurities
school.
getting in the way of him asking for help.
Why are you here?
You know, it's a nice innocence behind it. Oh, there is nice innocence behind it, I could
To
say.
do that, we need your help moving some walkers.
Yeah, I don't remember the episode where he got stuck in the library. I remember the episode where Arthur fell asleep on the bus and wound up in a
Inside my bag.
opposite end of the town he
Passed
lives
through her
in.
without it.
Okay, then let's go.
I also
get it.
remember the one
Please,
where
I just-
DW broke his plane and he
ask that
punched
you don't
her.
kill
I
them.
couldn't blame him. I would be
Look,
so mad if my
distracted.
sister did that to me.
Can sneak
I
over
wouldn't
and
hit
find my
her.
desk.
That was taking it way too far. But I would be very upset all the same.
I'll try.
And it's fine though, Arthur gets, you know, the nice taste of karma. Karma comes to bite him on the ass, and he learns from it. Okay, we gotta stun these guys without being murdered. How hard could it be? Oh, so much about not murdering. Now I'm sure James will understand. It was him or me. There is actually a trophy for honouring this request, not in the definitive edition, because in the definitive edition, all you got to do for platinum is beat all of the games and all of the episodes.
How long I can keep this up?
But as for when you actually buy the final season as its own game, as its own entity, there are trophies based on what choices you make or what achievements you achieve. That's what achievement is. You know, something you have achieved. So you accomplish certain tasks, like perfect shooting, or in this case, not killing a single walker. Then by completing those challenges, completing those tasks, you earn trophies. It's why getting for platinum for this game in particular is the most satisfying of any Telltale Walking Dead game. Usually, all you need to do is beat the games and get that trophy, get all the trophies by default. It doesn't even matter what choices you make. You don't need to play the game multiple times. You just get the trophies. So the fact that the final season did something different and it was effectively forcing you to replay the game if you wanted that platinum, I think it's just a really satisfying trophy hunting experience. I haven't gotten for trophies for this game individually yet for final season, but I have gotten achievements on the Xbox for it, so that's how I know that it's done differently.
You kill the ones you have to. I can't blame you for that. Not really.
It was him or me, James, I'm afraid. Last thing I want to do is become one of them. I think your army was big enough, you don't need a zombified Clementine as well. And hey, he got his mask back, that's great.
How will walkers save your friends?
They're being held captive on a boat not too far from here. We can't sneak on board without cover, not without the raiders gunning us down.
You want to use walkers to hide? To sneak on board their ship? That's insane.
A plan so insane it might actually work.
I have something I need you to see, so you can understand what you're asking.
James. We still need his help, right?
Again, that's a really great interactive part of the game. It's so much more than just making choices, because you have to strategically move around the area and try your best to not get mauled by zombies. It's a very well designed sequence indeed. Man, I am sweating right now. It is so warm, and I have the windows open, so the only thing more I could have done was turn on a fan, but then my fans unfortunately sound like a jet plane about to take off, so you would definitely be hearing it in the background. I'm suffering for you folks. You're welcome. And good day to you there, Wiz. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping on by. Ooh, we has more exploring to do. Yay. Okay, so there's some wind chimes around here. You can hear them. Where are you, my wind chimey friends? Well, now that the sound is getting more and more quiet, you'd assume it's not over here. But you know what? This is a proper fancy corner. This is a good look corner. I just had to check it out. What's your least favourite Super Smash Bros. Fighter? Personally, mine is Olimar, and he has an interesting gimmick, but summoning Pikmin is a chore. My least favourite... Sonic. I hate Sonic. Playing as Sonic, playing against Sonic. For Sonic fans, his moveset must be an absolute blast, but it's just unbearable.
Wind chime. Might be pretty in our room.
Might be pretty. Look at it. It is pretty. That's what beauty looks like. I think Lily's just jealous that she doesn't look as good as those wind chimes right now. You know, her evil descends from her terrible looks, obviously. I mean, have you seen her with short hair?
It's called a salt lick.
Short hair does not suit Lily at all.
Salt lick? Ugh,
Let's go ahead and play a little practical
Go ahead,
joke here,
lick it if you
folks.
want to.
Ugh, gross. It tastes nasty.
Well, now you know.
Ugh, oh, learning sucks.
Oh, I agree, AJ. Learning does suck. But that being said, that is a great callback to Clementine licking the salt lick in season 1. She obviously remembers that quite fondly. I mean, she would. It was a very traumatic day for her. That one. That was when Larry's face got smashed in by a salt lick. Yeah, I think I would prefer remembering licking that and pretending that I didn't lick it over the brutal death right now. Certain things the braid has got to shut out, I suppose. But yeah, there's even a dialogue option to where Clementine can even reminisce about licking it herself. She doesn't mention it to AJ directly, but AJ kind of catches on to the idea that she licked it in the past, and that makes her kind of feel dumb as she gets outsmarted by AJ. It's just such a clever dialogue option. But why would I go for that when instead I could have Clementine lick it? Not Clementine lick it, when I can instead have AJ lick it. But yeah, now both the kids have experimented. It was a really great way to draw the full circle. But that having been said and done, let's see what James wants.
My people, my former people, they had a practice. They called it collecting.
Yeah, I still don't forgive the Whisperers for those heads and pikes. In the comic books, it is so brutal, the characters that they choose. I'm still not over those deaths.
They used them as a weapon. I do this.
And there would have been so much
Protect them.
uproar in the show if
I
they
know it sounds
chose the
strange,
same characters as they did in the
but that's why I
comics.
brought you here.
So many people
To see them
would have
as
been
I
so
do.
mad at the show if
As
they did
people.
that. Granted, the
As
show did
people?
pick some pretty brutal characters for the
Well,
Pikes.
Not people exactly.
And the show is so well crafted in its utilization of
Something
cross-cutting and music. The
Part of
music
us
really
still in
elevates
there.
that scene. It's so horrific. Angela Kang did such a
Deep
great
down.
job with season 9. She
Still
really
feel
brought it
the
back
sky
after the
anymore.
shit show that was season
We
8.
turn. Not dead, not alive.
I wish I could see it that way. It'd be nice to think that everyone isn't actually gone.
In a way, they're just lost.
It would be nice to think that, wouldn't it? Given what happened to
Do
Lee.
you really think there's people inside of monsters?
Somewhere. Yes. Think about it this way.
Well, the
There's
living are
someone
worse
you
than the
cared
dead.
about
Look at Lily. Lily is a much greater threat to us than any walker could
Crimson.
ever be.
Lee. She shot him before he did. Oh. She doesn't like to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck you, AJ. I don't want to talk
Sorry.
about it either.
Maybe this wasn't the best way to explain. Didn't mean to bring up difficult memories. I lived among walkers for years. Still do, in a way. When they're
That
alone,
day. I can't get over that day. Clementine lost her
homeless.
parents and she lost Lee
Listen.
in the same goddamn day.
If you want my help,
There is no calculating how
I need you to
terrible
try
that
and
truly
walk
is
with
for her.
then
I've never
tell me
felt
you
this
really
bad
believe
for a
this.
fictional character in my life
Monsters.
before. Why did the writers just
They
wake
are
up one day
just
and
monsters.
decide
They're
to
not
bully
people
this
or
poor
friends.
child?
Clem,
She'll be safe, I promise.
this isn't smart. It's too dangerous.
She just needs to move as they do.
If it gets bad in there, I'll need you to save me, okay? Can you do that?
Yes. I'll always protect you.
I know
Should be
you.
the other way around, but oh my gosh. I've never picked that dialogue option before. I had no idea how much foreshadowing was in that one single piece
The
of
first
dialogue.
rule is never go alone.
I'm not leaving you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's true. Her parents would have
Find the
died at the
exit.
beginning, but Clementine,
I will.
the day that she
Listen,
learned
off to field.
that her parents were dead were the day
I
that
will.
she truly
I
lost them.
promise.
So she lost her parents and Lee died on the same day. I suppose that's the technical way of
The
putting
mask
it.
will disguise your scent, but be gentle and be quiet. Touch the wind chime.
The thing is that the closest she ever got to an actual, like, decent mentor in her life after Lee was Kenny and Luke. Those were the closest she got. Well, I mean, Jane is technically supposed to be up there, but we as Telltale Walking Dead fans do not like Jane. But, you know, what happens to all three of them? Nothing good, I'll tell you that. Every single important person who's ever been in Clementine's life, except AJ, and except Javier as well, I suppose, because of how New Frontier ends, but except for those two people, everybody winds up dead. Which is why I wish Javier was in more of Clementine's life, because he is truly one of her only friends who survives. That relationship really could have been fleshed out even more in this game, had they chose to go with it. But I can see why they didn't. At the end of the day, this is Clementine's story. This isn't Javier's story. This is barely even AJ's story. This is Clementine's story being brought to an end. All of this talking has distracted me from how terrifying this sequence actually is. And the fact that you have like the black cloth around you for lack of senses that you have right now, just for limitations this brings about. Oh, it's terrifying. Oh dear. Get out of my face! But man, the deep breathing, you truly are just brought into Clementine's perspective through this, and so you get goosebumps from this sequence that's so well constructed. I was always rooting for Crash Bandicoot to be put into Super Smash Bros. Crash Bandicoot would be great because he's technically a Skarner, so then we have Skarners in Smash Bros. Crash Bandicoot against Mario, imagine that, like for two Sony and Nintendo like mascots of, what was it, the 90s? Would have been just like the fact that Brawl gave us the opportunity to pit Sonic and Mario against one another. Plus, Crash Bandicoot was so iconic. I'm pretty sure more people know of Crash Bandicoot's name compared to Sora's name. Shovel Knight is another great choice. Shovel Knight was in my top 5 picks as well. Earthworm Jim, just because I think he'd be so perfect for the game. I've never actually played an Earthworm Jim game though. It's on my playlist though.
No bites.
So, do you still think
man, that was a scene.
Just monsters? Now that you've seen them at peace, any different at all?
Yeah, I do. They're still just monsters. Dangerous things that want to kill us.
That's what I thought you would say. It's what I would have said too, once.
Well, then be more accepting of it. You're allowed your own beliefs until they start threatening one's else's. You can't just force your way of life on people. This is the same mentality I've had since day one. You can live the life whichever way you want to. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in. It's your life. You've got to get out there and you've got to live it. But you should not. I believe it is morally wrong to try and force a lifestyle or a belief on someone else who simply wants to live their life their way. If they're respecting your way of life, then the relationship should be two-way, and you should honor their beliefs as much as they honor yours.
Are you going to help us save our friends?
Oh, Ghost Racer would be amazing in Smash Bros. If I was being biased, obviously Igknighter. Igknighter would be so fucking good for Smash
So many
Bros.
walkers would die.
Or Smolder Dash.
The death this would cause. I'm sorry, Clementine, but I can't have more blood on my hands.
You saved AJ and me because you said you didn't want us to become soldiers. What makes it okay this time? They're going to make all our friends into killers. More violence, more death. And you could have stopped it.
She has a way with words. And more foreshadowing.
I'm not heartless. Those raiders are cruel.
Okay, remember this. This is when James is a good character. This is what we're gonna remember James as. Okay, this is what James' character is, not what he becomes. This is it. This is James.
It'll take some time to guide them through the forest to the shore. Others will join the herd as they go.
Why did putting on the mask make that noise?
Tomorrow night.
Sounds like they got their sound effects mixed up in the development of this game right here. Oh, the music is fucking amazing. Oh my.
Come on, AJ. Let's get back before it's too dark.
Yeah, having another F-Zero character would have been really cool. You know, Nintendo have done F-Zero dirty for years now. Hell, the closest we're getting to another F-Zero game is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 200cc on Big Blue. That is the closest we are getting to F-Zero this generation.
He doesn't kill monsters, but he's not scared of them either. He's cool.
Hey, Clem. Willie told me the plan. How'd things go with that guy?
James. He agreed to help us.
If somebody told me we were gonna sneak onto a boat in a herd of walkers, I'd call them crazy.
Well, we are crazy. This whole plan is crazy.
Oh, well, I wanted to throw one last hootenanny before the big fight.
Swear?
Huh?
It sounds like a swear.
No, it's just another word for party.
Right. I know it sounds strange, throwing a party, but people need something to lift their spirits right about now.
This could be our last
Yeah,
chance.
morale boost sounds good to me.
I wanted to make some tea for everyone. Could I borrow your little heater thing?
What can I do?
We need to pretty up the old music room. Could you make us something colorful to hang up?
Okay, I'll be an artist. I'm gonna make the deck,
I'm only just realising that I've accidentally put subscriber goal. I forgot the goal part entirely. And I've put 5219 out of 5k. That would imply that the goal has already been met. Mistakes were made in the making of this caption. And it took me an hour to bloody realise.
You draw pictures like this.
Cool.
Like I say, Nintendo have been doing F-Zero dirty for years now. Wow, Clementine. Such art. Luckily, we can draw from memory. Love ourselves a little bit of that. Anyway, there's plenty more to pop up, including some wind chimes.
I like the music, even though it's loud. I'm done, Clem. Come see.
Okay, be right there.
We gotta finish placing all these collectibles here first. Alright, what else do we have here? Rabbit's foot.
For luck.
Are bunnies lucky?
Just their feet.
Yeah, don't ask me why, because I have no idea, AJ.
School pride. Go Erickson.
Go where?
Yeah, real
like
enthusiastic there, Clementine. Go Erickson. You know, if that was my game, I think I would just throw for the sake of the lack of infusement.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
Or enthusiasm, I should say, because that's how grammar works.
Someday.
Yeah, when exactly did we learn to ride a horse? Like, Clementine just suddenly learned all of these things in the middle of an apocalypse. That's what I want to know. Life
What's his name?
skills, like riding horses and stuff. Okay, fine, that
That's
I can see her being taught, or her teaching herself.
No.
But stuff that you've got to learn through maturity and experience, especially when it comes to social maturity. How did Clementine get this much social maturity when all, for most social she would have been, was as an 8-year-old? Why am I nitpicking this game? I love this game too much. It does not deserve to be nitpicked. Okay, Clementine is just smart. Let's just stick with that, okay? She is. unbelievably smart, and that's why we fucking love this character. Without further ado, let's speak with AJ.
Hey, you're getting better at this. Soon you'll be as good an artist as 10.
I don't know. He's really good.
Well, AJ has come a long way since his scribbles on the page. Here's a theory for you. AJ's art parallels his character development.
I was thinking about stuff while I was drawing.
Oh, AJ, please don't depress me anymore. I don't need this lingering on my mind.
Lies, Clem.
Oh yeah?
There are live people eyes. We got those.
Well, thank God for that. I'm glad we have alive
They
eyes.
usually look like dirty water. Other times, monsters' eyes aren't even wet. And then there are live people eyes right as you kill them. Like you did to Abel. His eyes look like you blew a candle out. He was a bad guy. I know I shouldn't feel like this. I hated him, too. I think there's something wrong with me.
You're way too little to see so much death, AJ. So much violence.
No, I'm big enough. I know I'm big because I think of this stuff now. I care about what I do more. I'm getting
Good,
real
as
smart.
he should.
Is that right?
To be fair to Clementine, I would have the
Because I'm
exact same
always thinking
reaction.
Okay, what are you thinking about right now?
You getting bit. Turning into a monster.
Oh, no, God, no. Let's not go there.
The older I get, the more I see it. I don't know why. What
He's
happens
becoming
then?
so smart that he's finally
You
starting
can
to
get
become
bit.
more awake to
Doesn't matter
fear.
if you're inside or outside or how careful you are.
Well, first, it would suck. Like, big time. And then... I'd have to nom eat you, little boy. Stop! AJ, I need to know you remember what we talked about. What you're supposed to do if it happens. Listen to me. If I get bit, you'll...
Damn. You'd think AJ would be too young to put himself through that kind of emotional torture, but there's no way I would dare leave
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Clementine a walker.
AJ, you promised.
I don't care. I'm not gonna shoot you. If you get bit, I'd want you to bite me too.
What? You don't mean
I
that.
want to be alone. Please don't be mad. I can't live with you not with me, Clem. I know we've talked about it so much, but don't make me.
Alvin Jr., if you have a gun, you shoot me. If you don't, you use your knife. No knife, a rock to the head as many times as you have to. I said I don't
No,
want
don't
I
make it
don't
be a
care what
rock
you
to the
say. You
head.
do it.
Oh, that
I
would
don't
be
care what you
so
say.
bad.
God damn it, AJ.
Because it would just be one fell swoop, would it? It would be a bloody mess. Literally.
break
Emphasis on the
promises,
blood.
AJ.
No.
You're not letting this go, are you?
James said
Guess not.
that we could be around when we're monsters. Like on the inside. If you got bit and then bit me, then maybe we'd still be together. It would just be a different together. We might even be okay. You think so?
James said a lot of things about the monsters. And most of it was crazy pants, AJ.
So you don't think I would be inside my monster self?
There is no monster self, kiddo. Nothing that makes you, would be in there.
That's the whole point. The only
I go
part
patrol
of
for a
your
bit?
brain that reanimates
Before
after
the
death
party?
in this universe is
Sure, go ahead.
the only part of
Be
the brain
careful.
which doesn't have any humanity found within it.
Hey, little man.
Hi, Louis. I'm going
In other
to
words, your
patrol.
humanity dies with you. There is nothing human about those walkers. They move and they
patrolling's a
eat.
thing?
That's about
Mhm.
all they're good for. They are
Patrolling's a thing.
literally mindless beings. And unfortunately, AJ, with having all of these different influences in life and all of these different contradictions, he doesn't really know what to think, and it's frustrating
I
him.
was wondering. Well, I can't help but thinking. You shot that raider who grabbed me, but you saw them take Violet too. Which means You could have saved Violet and not me.
Oh, great! You're gonna have to make me confront one of the
Why?
hardest decisions in the
Why would you
game.
pick me? I mean, I wouldn't have picked me. Hell, I don't know anyone who would have picked me.
I couldn't let them take you. You're too important to me.
Damn.
I know I'm always teasing her, trying to get her to do that one eye roll she does. You know the one, where it's like, you're such a dumbass, she has to do a full body eye roll. I do it because when I actually do manage to make her laugh, it's worth it. If I needed her, she'd be there.
Oh yeah, the
Cleaver in
infected and
hand,
Last
ready
of
to
Us
chop
are
someone in
a
half
whole
and
different kind of
protect
worms. They do not work the same way as zombies do. In fact, they're technically still alive, so they aren't really classified as zombies. That's why in Last of Us they call them infected. Not that I'm even sure that zombies exist in the Last of Us universe. I know for a fact that in the Walking Dead universe, there is no zombie media. Zombies did not exist before this, which is why they're called walkers. Anytime they're called zombies in the show or in the comics is when they just forgot to substitute the word zombies for something else.
What are you doing?
Well, I figured since we might die tomorrow and never get to go on a real date, I thought we could... Damn it.
Smooth, Lewis. Smooth.
Have one now. I promise I'll keep it short so we can finish getting things ready for tomorrow. But I mean, nothing's wrong with short and sweet, right?
Let's do it. I never thought I'd get to go on a date, ever.
Really? Never? Have you met you? End of the world or not, someone would have at least tried to sweep you off your feet.
Alright, alright.
Ah, he really knows how to make a girl feel special.
What do you know about dating, anyway?
Clearly he's taken a book out of Romeo and Juliet's book, you know, put the woman on a pedestal.
Things to say about the dating world.
Oh, yeah?
You see, Lewis is a far superior match for Clementine.
It said you can tell a lot about someone based on what they look for in a partner. You know, brains, brawn, dashing good looks, great sense of humor, that sort of thing.
Sure, I guess.
What would you say your thing is? That you look for in a guy?
Oh, humor, obviously.
I think I prefer a good sense of humor.
Alright.
That's why Gabe sucked so much, because he was always so serious. He didn't have a funny bone in his body.
Only I knew someone with one of those.
I think that deserves a toast.
A toast? Don't those usually come at the end?
Hey, I warned you I'd make this quick. So, what do you say? To our last night alive.
Oh, to our last night alive.
Now that's the spirit. Though...
Come on, I can't shake this feeling that someone's gonna die, so... Suppose that for someone, that phrase is in fact gonna be true.
I'll see you over there.
Hey, Clem!
Wow. Where did you find a beach ball?
It was in some garbage behind.
I'm impressed that you didn't find the beach ball sooner.
That was pretty gross, but look, it works.
I should start heading back to the admin building.
It's a miracle that thing still works. Look at how dirty it is. How has that not been popped? How is it still inflated after all these years?
It's cool, right?
Super cool.
Back! Think fast. Ouch!
And now we have the main theme in the background. Oh, these games really know how to hit it home, don't they? Damn.
I love you, Clem.
I love you back, kiddo. Okay, we better get ready to go. Sounds like they need us in the music room.
Okay.
I really should have got some tissues ready for this episode. I am now very regretful that I don't have tissues. Yeah, that's the funny part. The only toy in this episode isn't actually broken. The sketch toy wasn't broken either.
Looks like things are coming together.
No, I think broken toys references something else. It's either like a song or a theme. It's, you know, more of a metaphorical type title. It doesn't literally refer to broken toys.
Music.
I do think it has something to do with the music because almost every single episode in this season is named after something music orientated.
I'll show you.
Suffer for Children is a book, actually, rather than music. The point is, they have these titles have their bases. They aren't just thoughtless. In fact, in some cases, there's more thought put into the titles than anything else. Luckily, not in this season. A New Frontier had really good names, but then really awful episodes.
Calming, but purple might be nice.
Well, purple was my dad's favorite color.
What do you know? We learned something new about Clem's dad.
That describes us exactly not at all.
I'll make it happen.
Look, check this out. When you turn that crank there...
But I must admit, it's pretty disappointing to have a title called Broken Toys, not have a single broken toy in it.
I don't really know, but...
Yeah, Suffer for Children is based on a book. The final episode, Take Us Back, is obviously a song because that's the name of the song that played in the credits of the first season after Lee died. It's a really powerful song.
Keep it short, though. There's not as much
and that's why it suits the title of the very last episode of Telltale's Walking Dead so well.
We're gonna get through this.
Straight and to the point. We're getting them back.
Oh, we're getting them back, all right.
Okay, we'll have 10 break out his paintbrush and write it out.
Whoop whoop. I feel bad for the other kids. They're currently suffering and probably being tortured. Meanwhile, we are here organising a hootenanny. You know, already we're gonna go for some classical music.
Classical?
You bet.
A woman after my own heart.
This place is gonna look.
Well, you'd hope so, given that you two kind of are dating right now. Because that's the thing, Clementine and Lewis actually have stuff in common. Unlike Clementine and Gabe, talk about the worst kind of relationship shipping in video game history, in the entirety of video game history. There hasn't been a worse pair up. Luckily, Telltale, they learnt from their mistakes. After A New Frontier, they was like, okay, we are sorry about New Frontier. We promise you this one's gonna be good. And boy did they deliver.
Fires at sea and explosions and stuff. The key is the boiler.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Fair enough, Barney Hero. I have seen a fair number of broken Scarlers in my day as well. Mostly Scarlers with missing heads. I've seen that a lot. Chills, rollerballs, hexes, especially hexes.
The only way to make sure they don't come back. Besides, it feels right, you know? For Mitch.
Is it me, or is there a bit of a bomb obsession at this school?
Oh, it's not you. There totally is. But for good reason.
Yeah, because bombs are awesome.
Timing the explosion so that it happens after you get off the boat.
Oh, how hard could that be?
Trust me. This'll work. We'll be okay.
Okay, everybody, get ready to boogie.
Oh, Gabe and Clementine is totally up there. I almost said Clem and Gabe, or Gabe and... The worst part is that their names work together. Gabe-entine, Clem and Gabe.
That's nice, Willie, but don't tell me. Tell 10.
Damn, I think that's the only reason why they paired them up, because they knew that there were potential shipping names. You know, we had Rashone from the TV show. What would you call Rick and Andrea from the comics? I don't even know what you call that. There was Carl and Lydia. Carlida. I totally just made that up on the spot and it did not work. I have many regrets. But Gabe and Time or Clem and Gabe works so well. That was the only reason why they were qualified as a potential pair in the first place.
Wow. This looks great, Ruby.
I'm sorry, but Lewis and Time or Clem and Lewis doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well.
Go ahead and mingle. I'll let you know when it's time.
I guess I'll mingle?
So writing a Valentine's card for
Seems
Clementine would be
we're
the easiest
working
thing in the
together.
world because her
Yeah,
name
Willie
literally
asked me to
rhymes
help
with
with his
Valentine.
special
That is
project.
convenient.
Well, that's good to hear. Is it ready?
Good to go, Clem.
Clevis and Valentine. I hate that. I hate that so much. Those do not
I was
work.
thinking maybe we should name it something cool. I mean, I think it deserves a name. All the best bombs.
No,
are
don't
names.
name it, because when you name it, then you get attached to it.
Okay, fine. Have it your way.
I only want you to not feel heartbroken over this bomb, as Mike Wazowski once said. Don't you name it, because when you name it, you'll start getting attached to it. I forget the rest of the quote. It's been years since I watched Monsters Inc. But boy, is that a good quote. Just about everything that Mike says in that film is a good quote.
Okay.
Billy Crystal brings so much energy to that role.
Well, these explain why all of us got sent to this school in the first place.
And how we got stuck here for as long as we did.
So, what's the game?
I figured if we're all going on this crazy mission together, we might as well know who we really are. So, I'll read some of what the adults thought about us.
Oh, adults are
And
stupid.
you have
They don't
to
know what they're
guess
talking about,
which
trust
one of us
me.
fits the bill. I'll make sure it's someone you've actually met. This'll be the first one.
Well, it'd be kind of hard if we hadn't met him, wouldn't it?
Otherwise a remarkable student, blank, continues to be plagued by fits of anger, uncontrollable cursing, and repeated physical altercations with the senior.
Oh, it is very, very clearly Ruby. But I think it would be funnier saying that it's just about all of them.
That pretty much describes everyone in this room.
Hey, I'm the most mild-mannered troubled youth you've ever met.
Willie
I
has an
know.
obsession with bombs
Does he?
because he looked up to
That's
Mitch, and Mitch had an
Ruby's
obsession with
Oh,
bombs.
shit. Really?
Guilty as charged.
Our sweet Ruby here was kind of a nightmare when she first showed up.
Ooh. She once chased the home ec teacher around the yard with a barbecue fork this big.
No way.
Don't worry. That was a long time ago.
Are you kidding me? I would
I
love
can
to
totally
see that.
The first time I met Ruby, she was all, "That little motherfucker."
I said I was sorry.
Oh, it's
You guys
not
wanna know what
teasing,
happened to
AJ.
Dude,
Calm down a bit.
no.
Laugh with us, because we're not actually laughing at AJ. We're laughing with AJ. Really?
Willie, I speak for all of us when I say nobody has ever wanted to know that.
Yeah. Emphasis on ever.
What does that mean?
Don't you dare.
I'm surprised Clementine knows what it means, to be honest. Again, I feel like
maybe we should change
she
up
wouldn't
the
have quite
music.
learnt that kind of social maturity, being in a zombie apocalypse where
There's
she
a lot
barely
of
even
it.
sees people.
How many?
Sure, we've heard enough of this. Break out the jazz.
I love the fact that Clementine is literally like, she is the dictator here. What she says goes. Who cares about everybody else's music choice? That's the head bopping tune if I ever have heard it.
I didn't realize how many of us. had
Actually,
died.
that's a good point, Logan. That is probably where Clementine learnt it. I am, in fact, going to blame Luke and Jane for that.
Colored braces, and Joey, Maddie,
Frickin'
Lamar.
Lucane, which is a name that
Aaron.
actually works.
She had the braces.
Or Duke. Duke is even better.
Dewey, Trey.
That could have been so much more, but, you know, the developers were stupid with the final episode of Season 2, and stuff happened that... I am still not over! I'm still not over Luke's death! That sucked! I mean, sometimes it can be endearing, like with Boomer from Scarners, but other times it's bland like that one character
Whose
from
is
my... Fair enough, that's a good point, Barney Hero. And yeah, that's right, Christopher O'Mead might have accidentally, unintentionally shown her a few things.
I could tell you guys my story instead. What got me sent here, I mean. Only if you want.
Well, let's break down the mood of the entire fucking party!
I was hoping you'd tell me.
So,
It's getting serious now if the
my
music
family
has been
was
brought
stupid
down.
rich. Parents gave me everything I wanted when I wanted it. Except for one thing. Singing lessons. God. I begged my dad, told him I wanted to be a real musician. But all he said was, you get to be happy or you get to be rich. Can't be both. I know now that he was just trying to teach me a dumb dad lesson, but I hated him for that. So I decided I'd teach him a lesson. I thought, I'll break up my parents' marriage. That hurt real bad, right? So I broke into my dad's credit card accounts and made all these purchases in his name. Did this for over a year. This is how rich we were. He never noticed he was spending a fortune on a mistress that I'd made up for him. But I made sure my mom did. Sent her all the receipts for the hotel rooms, the jewelry, all of it. They had a fight all night long. He denied it, she wouldn't have it. I sat in the corner and cried to help it feel more real.
This is unbelievably cunning. Like, seriously, give this man an Oscar.
I told them the truth. I said, you get to be happy or you get to be rich. You don't get to be both.
Thing is, though, is that is such a fucked up, like,
you know,
moral to live your life by.
Those two would have been happily married forever, but then I had to go be a vindictive fuckhead.
That's not to say that what Lewis did was right. Damn.
I came here the week after.
Well, that's fucked up, but you know what? It's obvious.
I can see by your face you regret it.
It's obvious how much he regrets it. So...
They said we were bad people, Clem. They weren't wrong.
Fuck them to define you
none of us deserve
in something as simple as that.
Forest,
you cannot tell a child that they are a bad child, otherwise they'll go through their whole life thinking that they can't be anything but a bad child.
It's supposed to be fun. I guess I'm not really a game person.
Don't beat yourself up.
But yeah, Logan, it would seem as though the ending of Season 2 probably was meant to be between Luke and Kenny, but then the developers changed it. I think it was based on feedback and stuff from the 4th episode, as well as just internet perverts creating drawings that made a lot of people very uncomfortable because Clementine was an 11-year-old girl. People, in other words, I believe they shipped Luke and Clementine, which is about as disgusting as it sounds. I feel as though that would be a dumb reason to kill off Luke earlier in the episode, though. There could be a number of reasons. That could have been a planned ending. It could have been Jane versus Kenny the whole time. But I think that Kenny versus Luke would have been way more compelling from a narrative standpoint. And boy, would it have been a difficult choice to make. Yeah, I agree. All of that over singing lessons. It's ridiculous that the dad refused such things. And Lewis, when he planned that, he would have had to have been maybe 6 or 7 years old, because he's now 16 and he's lived in the apocalypse for 8 years, so he would have had to come to the school before that. So again, he is a cunning, incredibly fucking smart 6-year-old. Give this man a medal. This truly is the calm before the storm. It's such an emotional experience going through this, knowing that what's to come may not end well. Plus it acts as some fucking brilliant foreshadowing. Yeah, feel such a sense of community whilst you're watching this right here and you are so immersed. And the fact that as well they strip away all of the dialogue and they just let you enjoy it through body language, through visuals, through the music accompaniment. This game knows what it's doing. This game is being so incredibly brave right now, and it just works because everything lands. This could have been seen as something incredibly dumb or over the top, yet they strike a great balance. and it is art, is what it is. So much so that I'm even stuttering. What you're looking at right now, it is art. Give him a round of applause, folks. That was brilliant. Oh yeah, that's true. Luke definitely wouldn't have suited. That's the thing. Luke wouldn't have suited that fight because Luke would never have escalated that fight. Luke never would have thrown Kenny into that situation where he pretends as though this child has died just to prove a point. That fight wouldn't have happened, but it would have made for such a greater ending to the story and such a more difficult choice on behalf of the player. You know, it's frustrating what happened with Luke, but when you break it all down and truly analyse and think about it, you come to understand it. And here we go. Oh shit! It's Lee, everyone. It is Lee. The developers knew exactly what they were doing with this. They knew what they were doing, and oh my god, does it work so well. Right when you thought the last scene wasn't emotional enough already.
This is where it all started. Where you taught me to shoot and to cut my hair. To be ready for what was coming.
You were a quick study. So, what's on your mind this time?
I'm worried, Lee. I've got a lot of people depending on me, and I don't know if what I'm doing is right.
Oh, I know that feeling. You know, I was making it all up as I went along, right?
Oh, he wasn't fooling anyone.
I don't think you were fooling anyone.
Hey.
Don't feel bad. Monsters took over the world, and you got stuck taking care of an 8-year-old girl. What were you supposed to do?
I guess I let it show a little, huh? You want to tell me about what you're up against?
I'm with a new group now, and I've been in so many, and they always fall apart. But I really like this one. It's different. It almost feels like home.
That's a good thing. It's hard being alone out there.
But we're in trouble. Some bad people captured my friends, and getting them back might get the rest of us killed.
I'm not worried.
What?
Whatever trouble you're in, you get out of it. You get your friends out of it.
You don't know that.
I know you're a survivor.
Damn it, Lee.
I know what's gonna fix it. I really believe that.
But what if I can't? I'm so scared for my friends, Lee. Scared that I'll let them down.
It's normal to be scared. Hell, it'd be strange if you weren't. But you can't let it get to you. Imagine how Violet will feel when she finds out you came to rescue her. You'll have given her hope again. Oh, Sweet Pea, you know you always get like this before something big. Remember how scared you were before you charged into that mess at McCarroll Ranch? You survived that, didn't you?
That was different. I was alone.
I know. It's harder when you have something to lose. But having people you care about, that's a good thing. Friends. A boy who thinks the world of you. They're fighting beside you. Because of you. Come see me again. When you've gotten them out, okay? Out. And safe.
Oh, I miss this man.
So
I miss
good.
him so goddamn much.
And hopefully we can talk about happier things.
Lee, I miss you so much. I wish you were really here.
I miss you too, Clementine. But we'll have to make do with pretending.
Thank you, Lee. Talking to you always makes me feel a little bit better.
I meant to ask, how's the boy?
He's good, Lee. You'd like him.
I bet. You teach him to shoot yet?
You have no idea.
I guess the world got pretty hard since I left it. A kid growing up in it, he'd be hard too. You're in my shoes now, raising a kid. Think you got a handle on it?
Absolutely fucking not.
Wanting to give him a childhood, but knowing what it takes to survive now.
Oh my god, Lee. AJ's trouble sometimes. You wouldn't believe it. And he has no idea. He's growing up too fast.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Damn, the developers knew exactly what they were doing with this. Oh. Being reminded of what we lost, it hits you like a fucking dump truck.
Wow. Just look at you.
And for those of you who wanted Lee to see Clementine all grown up, god damn.
Thought I told you to keep this short.
You don't know how hard it is to find scissors these days.
Time to go, Clementine. You've got people that need you.
Goodbye, Lee.
Clem, wake up.
Yeah, it's effectively a dream, Barney Hero. To answer your question, it takes place midway through Season 1 when Lee is training up Clementine on the train. She goes back to that moment because it was such an integral part to her character arc, because it's where she truly learnt to survive. That was a scene where Lee effectively saved Clementine. If they never would have found time to have done that in Savannah because of the absolute hell and chaos that occurred there. So Lee doing that in that moment was so incredibly important for Clementine, and she remembers it with such fondness that that is the moment she goes back to. That is where she finds peace in this tragic world. And through the utilization of not only the HD graphics, the first time seeing Lee in this kind of art style, but through the camera work and the framing for low angles, we get to see directly through Clementine's perspective what Lee was like, because playing as Lee, we can't really gauge how Clementine sees him. We hear about it through other characters, we see it in Clementine's reaction, but we don't really experience that sort of dynamic. But now, that scene kind of answers those questions. We get to see Lee's awesomeness directly through Clementine, and better yet, Lee gets to react to Clementine's growth.
He's my friend.
The title isn't lying here. When I said that this could quite possibly be depressing, what I meant is that, yes, this is in fact a depressing episode, good lord.
That's not a good...
Well, come on, give him some space. But I just want to... Not right now.
This is going to be depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, it certainly is.
I didn't mean to be weird or anything.
It's okay.
Oh, and...
Maggie's Destiny, where the titular character keeps seeing her past self. Oh, that sounds pretty cool, actually.
I'll take two.
Funny.
Is this the guy that Clem said she'd marry?
Yeah.
Once again, calling back to her previous decisions. Oh, I love how previous decisions really come back to bite you in the ass.
Come here, buddy. I gotta tell you something.
The walkers. They'll be here in a little while. You can join them as they pass through the trees. The noise from
But yeah, that scene, that really hit it home. I cry every time. I just cried again on stream for you folks. But that's okay. It's important for men to be in touch with their emotions.
Your friends are different. open-minded, accepting. Maybe one day you'll be the same.
Oh, well, does in fact sound very good there, Barney Hero. I'm glad that you find enjoyment in that. It's important to find things in life you enjoy, have your hobbies, so that then time can actually pass. Otherwise, time will just stand still every day.
What do you mean?
And there's nothing worse than a slow day.
Or my family. From a young age. In that time, I witnessed a lot of death and suffering. Eventually, I became the cause of it. Weakness was considered a poison, and I believed in that fiercely. So much so that when another boy expressed sympathy for our enemy before an attack, I slit his throat. Didn't talk to him. Didn't consider who he was, what he felt.
That's kind of hard to believe. Doesn't sound anything like you.
Not anymore, but it was. I had no doubt in my mind that I was right. After he died, I kept hearing his words in my head. Those people are like us, just on a different path. I stopped killing after that. I changed. No one else did. When AJ told me he killed someone, it reminded me.
To be honest, James has kind of reminded me of that character as well.
He said it was wrong. It sounded like he was just
totally uncanny. He looks like Shadow the Hedgehog as well, so
life like that,
the resemblance is insane.
It breaks something inside you.
Now, maybe not for looks, but the actual themes
afraid if AJ kills again,
for maturity and the edginess of James's character,
he won't be the same.
It does certainly remind you of Shadow the Hedgehog, I suppose.
I've seen it happen too many times.
Don't tell me how to raise him. I'm the one who's kept him alive this long, not you.
It's unfair for him to come and judge him so
Just some
easily.
advice from someone who's been there too.
Well, you can take your advice and shove it.
They're close. Soon there will be enough of them to provide us cover. I'll lead you through the herd until you reach the boat. That's as far as I go. After that, it's up to you.
Great. So it's going to be Clementine, Lewis, and AJ against an entire fucking army.
Take care of AJ.
No pressure. You've only played Shadow the Hedgehog? That's mad.
The walkers are getting close.
Even I've played more Sonic games than that. I've at least played, unfortunately I've played Sonic Forces, but luckily I've also played Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations, and those are two fantastic Sonic games. And Colors as well. Colors is probably my favourite Sonic game I've played. In fact, no, there's no probably about it. It is my favourite Sonic game I've played. Especially since Colors is basically Sonic Unleashed without the nighttime stages. And everyone knows how good Sonic Unleashed for daytime stages are. They're some of the best level design Sonic has ever had, and it's some of the best pacing as well, because Sonic Unleashed is Sonic at its fastest. Or at least I believe that's what it's meant to be.
Lewis told me about Minnie. That Sophie died, and Minnie is one of them now. Just, if you see her out there, tell her I forgive her. Please. I tell her myself, but I just want her to be okay.
And Minnie's gone.
Unleashed is well worth playing just to kind of experience it, but the nighttime stages drag. All what happens is that you play for a 30-minute night stage, waiting for the next day stage, effectively, is the entire game. And then the day stages are over in like 2 minutes. I wish the day stages were longer and that there were more of them. But I'm clearly asking too much. I feel like how I'm asking too much for this not to be as depressing as it is, and yet here I am playing the game anyway, knowing that it's going to bring me to shambles.
Yeah, it really is.
Other people's lives
This
depending on us.
is how you make a grown man cry.
You're depending on me to... What if something happens to you, Clem? What if I can't? I don't know. I can't carry that the rest of my life.
I wouldn't have asked you to come with me if I didn't believe in you. Seriously, Lewis, I mean it. Just believe
Lewis,
me
of
until
all
you
these
believe
characters, has
yourself.
probably been matured the most over these last 2 weeks.
All right. Though I don't know if that's as
He has
easy as
toughened
you
up
think
and
it is.
became a lot more serious. He still has his insecurities through the roof, and I couldn't blame him,
Hey, I'll
given the
try.
past he's been through.
What if I
I'm
just
glad
get
that we
us
got to
caught,
learn
too?
how
All it would
Lewis
take
wound
is
up at
one
that school.
And I'd screw up all the time.
There's
All right,
important
come on,
backstory
Lewis. Get it
knowledge in order for you to
I
understand
need
his
you to slap
character
me.
better.
Help pull me out of this.
Oh, I'll do you one better! They're so cute!
I can't tell if I feel more focused or less.
What's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Oh, exactly. Violet.
Look in another direction.
I absolutely agree, Logan. I do think, well, Lewis is a character that I just barely prefer over Violet. The two are so neck and neck for me. They're both seriously great characters, and more importantly yet, they are great for Clem. No matter which romantical arc you take, you're in for a treat.
We are.
It'll help us blend in with the walkers.
Minnie is my favourite antagonist from Walking Dead games. I couldn't blame you. Minnie is a fantastic antagonist, especially with what happens in the next episode, which I'm not going to stream, by the way. I'm going to pre-record and edit that episode, and then it's going to premiere tomorrow. But I'm pre-recording it and editing it because I want to make something special out of it. I want to make it eventful because...
No, you're not.
Take Us Back, when I premiere that episode, is going to come out on the same day as the 4-year anniversary of this game. So this specific game, the definitive edition, came out 4 years ago tomorrow.
There.
So yeah, that's going to be celebrating the 4-year anniversary of the definitive edition specifically.
You owe me some new clothes.
We gonna do it?
Exactly, Barn Hero, exactly. And man, does Lewis need new clothes after this. I think they all do. But it looks badass with the guts of blood smeared all over him.
Okay.
And of course we're going in armed with a bow and arrow. Why do we handicap ourselves? Do we really need more of a disadvantage? Then again, a bow and arrow, luckily for us we are good with it, so it can be just as lethal as a gun. Yeah, let's try not to get shot on the head being mistaken for a walker. That would not be an ideal way to die.
Use them as shields.
Oh, I wish we were going in guns blazing, but unfortunately we're going in bows and arrows ablazing. Okay, we're just going to follow these fellas, and then when the light starts to get on us, we can duck and cover, like right now, for example. Duck and cover! Okay, I gotta get behind this fellow quickly. Quickly! Go, 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 Clemenhorn, go! That was too close.
Damn it, the horses!
Hey, get over there and see what's going on.
Get rid of these fucking walkers!
Come on, Willie.
Actually, Don Hero, this is a great time to ask because in Rise of the Beast, my favourite character was Mirage by miles. Mirage absolutely nailed it, and so did his voice actor for it, Pete Davidson, I think. And Peter Dinklage voiced Scourge, and Scourge was a very nice villain to see. I loved how intimidating he was. He literally takes down a maximum in the first 5 minutes of the film. He is brutal. So yeah, Scourge was a great character. Mirage absolutely nailed it in that film, though. He was my favourite character, and it's not even a close competition. But I really like Prime as well. He went through a great arc, and he's really characterised in this one. He's characterised as the big brother. It's really nice how they draw parallels between him and Noah's character. Oh, that's a glitch. That is a glitch. I haven't seen the God of War. No, I haven't seen the Godzilla trailer.
Follow me. This way.
So the answer to your question there, Logan, is no. No, I'm not. Dead organic matter meat shield. Well, there is no greater meat shield out there than a dead organic matter one. This is very inconvenient. I know that you're a big fan of Clementine. I couldn't blame you. I'm a big fan of Clementine as well. But please, no grabbing. He just really desperately wanted that selfie, didn't he?
I'm fine.
Lucky frickin' walkers who don't have any lungs to need to worry about breathing.
Stay close. Stay hidden.
Oh, I love this sneaking sequence. It's once again just one of the parts of the game where you really do have to interact with it. It's a great mechanic. Though I have no idea how he didn't spot Clementine right there. Her knee was kind of hanging out a bit. I'm going to finish Horizon Forbidden West, and then we'll see what I'll do. I'll either do God of War, Ragnarok, or Plague Tale Innocence.
Walkers incoming.
But I'm personally looking forward to streaming Plague Tale Innocence, because then I can showcase one of the most underrated games out there. Plague Tale is really fucking good. Oh dear, this isn't so good though. And Plague Tale is yet another one of those games that gets really bloody emotional. Okay, those last few kills were much better. Nice one, Valkyrie. That sounds like a fun experience. I'm not looking forward to the Nun 2. I've heard it's really bad. And I don't have anyone to go watch a film with, so I won't even have that sense of community. And I didn't like the first one either. Like, the first Nun movie was awful. It's one of my least favourite horror films in recent years. If not my least favourite, it's easily bottom 3. It's not even so bad it's good, it's just bad. End of story.
Good. I'll scout ahead and signal when it's clear. Got it?
But man, I love this sequence. We infiltrate the boat. This episode is basically just a sequence of one good scene after another, after another, after another. The twist that Minnie was still alive, amazing scene. Torturing Abel, incredible scene. The party is an incredible scene. Reuniting with Liam and Train is an incredible scene. The barn is an incredible scene. The infiltration scene. This, what we're watching right now, as we infiltrate the boat. Spoiler alert, is a fucking amazing scene. Like, seriously, this will probably be my favourite episode of the entire franchise, if not for Long Road Ahead. And then this is either number 2 or number 3. It does compete with Starve for Help for me. Starve for Help and Long Road Ahead are absolute peaks, however. They are so good. And they're proof as to why the first season is as good as it is, even though I do slightly prefer this season.
Step out here slowly.
Rockingham.
I don't think it's a common choice to prefer Season 4, but it is a common opinion that this season was for Return to Form.
Hey, check this out. I think it's the boiler. Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's where we need to plant the bomb. There's too much stuff.
Again, when exactly did Clementine learn what a boat's boiler looks like? Well, look at it, she is as smart as this. Rayman Legends of all things? Well, Rayman Legends certainly isn't this bloody for one. Or depressing, I don't think. But yeah, I think I'll put it up to a vote whether you guys would prefer to see either God of War Ragnarok or Plague Tale Innocence, or I could even do Spider-Man. If Marvel Spider-Man is something that everybody would be interested in seeing, then I'm more than happy to play through that game. It's incredible. But I have got the Platinum already, so I wouldn't be going for it for the trophies. Luckily, it's free on Extra, so I won't have to buy the game again. I haven't played Little Nightmares, but that's another one that's free on PlayStation Now. Not that they call it that anymore. PlayStation Plus, that's what I mean. Okay, we could go for the head of the leg. We're going to be a good influence. We're going to go for the leg, because that gets the job done. I almost messed up that quick time event there. Luckily for me, almost doesn't count now, does it? But I've heard good things about Little Nightmares. It's definitely one I have interest in playing. I wouldn't stream it though. I don't like streaming games blind. If I streamed this one blind though, boy, would you get one hell of a reaction out of me. This game, I couldn't put it down. The first time I played this game, I played the first episode. Then I played episodes 2 through 4 in one binge session.
How long?
And it was amazing.
An hour, 30 minutes.
It was one of my top experiences in my entire life, I'll go as far to say, because these games are just that emotionally impacting. I'm still feeling that emotional impact to this day. Oh, Little Nightmares 2 is probably your favourite game ever. That is high praise right now. But that's Little Nightmares 2, not Little Nightmares. Big difference, there's a 2 at the end, you see.
I have a little brother, short, scarred face. See, he's not out there, is he?
Look, we've discussed this. Your family is Delta now. There ain't no room for anyone else.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fuck you. Family is family.
There's no way we can get in there without her seeing us.
Family is what you make of it, and if she believes 10 is her family still, then she should be with that family. What Delta dictates is her family is not a family I would want to be a part of.
Not without our people.
I swear to God. If you
Little Nightmares 1 is very good too. I'll have to check it out sometime. For now, I'm busy playing this, in case you could tell already.
Go see for yourself. He's outside. You brought him here? We kept him away from the fighting. He's safe.
Oh, they're making a third one that comes out next year. That's cool.
I'll help you get everyone out.
Have to play them all in preparation for the third. A bit like how if I were to stream Marvel Spider-Man, it would be in anticipation for the sequel that comes out next month.
Come on, we have to
My
hurry.
lord, October 20th is going to come quicker than any of us are expecting. That time's just going to fly by.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Do they look okay to you?
Yeah, I'm alright. We're alright. Get Violet first. She needs to know you're here.
I'll unlock the other cell.
I really do not trust her. To say the whole idea of family is that people say it's what you're born into. Some people are fortunate to be born into a great family, other people aren't so fortunate, and family can be what you make of it.
Yeah, sure.
But no one gets to make that choice for you. You've got to kind of, in the mature fashion, find your own family. Family doesn't have to be blood.
Are you fucking serious? Don't touch me. You don't know.
But family is also one of those few things where it can be received as a universal theme, because everyone has family in some form or another, blood or not. Family is also community at the end of the day, and you cannot, well, very rarely go through life without some sort of community or companionship, just someone out there, good, bad, family or whatnot.
Take you home.
I really am blabbering on at this point,
When they
but
grabbed me, I
my
saw
case in
you
point
let
is
them
that
take
family
me.
is a beautiful universal
I'm just
theme,
supposed to forget
and they
that
explore it
because
so
you're
well in
here
this
now?
game.
Some fucking friend you are.
Lewis wouldn't have stood a chance against these guys. I knew you could fight back.
Yeah, sure.
What's wrong with you, Vi? Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
No, Clem. I'm done. This whole situation is
So you let Vi get captured, and she becomes all depressed like. You let Lewis get captured, he gets his tongue
She
cut
tried
out.
to escape. Her and Sophie.
It is so
said if I fight
fucking
back,
brutal
they'd
having to
kill
confront your choice in this way, knowing that these characters have
All you've
suffered
done
and there
get
is
us hurt or killed if you
very
fuck
little you could do,
yourself.
as Vi is putting it,
I'll
in
stop
her
myself.
perspective, or... Yeah, Clementine really should have killed Minnie the moment she had the chance, shouldn't she? That would have been very wise of her, wouldn't it? But it didn't quite work out that way. I'm afraid that the plot still needed to happen.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Where's AJ? Over here. Thank God.
You? Luckily the stream still seems to be doing alright. Let me know if the stream is finished stuttering on your end. My faithful viewers, but that being said, let's speak with our companions.
Let's just get out of here, okay?
We will.
It breaks my heart to see him this
Found
way.
your rabbit's foot back on the beach.
Clearly it doesn't work.
He's got a point.
How you holding up?
Lily. She scares the shit out of me, Clem.
good. It means you have a functioning brain, because Lily is meant to scare the shit out of you.
I don't think I've ever been that afraid. She's not messing around.
We'll be home soon. Just hang in there.
Yeah, it definitely would have been laggy just now, but I'm hoping that that lag has subsided.
Lewis, are you alright?
Me? Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, look at him. This is about as fine as he's ever been. Oh, great. Even when facing death, he hasn't lost his sense of humor.
AJ? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm looking for a way out.
Yeah, me too.
Fair enough, it's a reasonably priced game, but Little Nightmares, like I say, it's free on PlayStation Extra, so I can download the game anytime. But for now, what do you look at that? It sure is convenient that this boat is real rusty. It's a miracle this thing even moves. We're doing these raiders a favour by blowing it up, the state this ship is in.
AJ.
You'd have better luck floating on
Yeah, they didn't find it.
plank of wood than actually surviving on this boat. That's a very convenient shiv for AJ to have. Ooh, there.
We're not staying here that long.
And they scratched that! Oh dear. That would not be nice on your fingernails. You get so many splinters from that as well. It would not be worth it doing that. I have no idea why my Wi-Fi is failing me right now, given that there's nobody in the house but me. I suppose Virgin is busy in their end, or it is just PlayStation servers. Either way, I wish it wasn't as bad as this, but there is literally nothing I can do about it. A bit like how there's nothing I can do with the lack of natural lighting right now, because there is no more sun to speak of.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Shit. Where's Abel?
He's dead. We killed him. We put a knife in his head.
Fuck, you little monster. Damn it! We showed him mercy. He was terrified of turning, so we stopped him from having to. We gave him what he wanted.
Solar powered Wi-Fi would probably work better, except for the part where there's no sun left, so...
Back up.
I wouldn't be getting any Wi-Fi right now, would I? And this is not Sophie, this is Lily from the first game. Sophie is dead. And we're about to find out why.
Minerva. Open the door. Yes,
But I would really argue that it is nightfall where there is no sun that you need Wi-Fi for most. Most people are stuck at home during the night. At least during the day you have an excuse to go out and therefore don't really need for Wi-Fi at your house whilst you're not in your house.
And toss you overboard.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay.
But I'm genuinely impressed.
Oh. Well,
First
thank you.
Organize these idiot kids into a fighting force and kill 2 of my most experienced soldiers. Then you sneak onto my boat under the cover of a herd. I bring a prize like you back to the Delta, it might make this whole clusterfuck of a mission worth it.
Nope, still not worth it. Your mission failed and it did so miserably.
You should have never attacked us, Lily. Your mission was a bad idea from the start, and you failed. And you're still mouthing off, despite being in a cell. That'll change. You know, my father, Larry, was a military man. And when I was a kid, he had all kinds of rules. The thing that bugged him most was waste. If I ever left a light on after leaving a room, he'd flip. No matter how many times he ranted about the cost of electricity. I could never.
Dude, it costs about 12 pence a day to run a light bulb, if that.
So one day, he let our power get cut. He liked illustrations to show that actions have consequences. No more TV, no more hairdryer, no more ice cream sandwiches. That seems like a pretty stupid way to make a point. It was extreme. But I never left the lights on again. My father had his faults. But he showed me.
Oh yeah, Larry had it coming. The only reason why you'd ever side with Larry in that situation is because Clementine is watching you and you don't want her to go through that kind of emotional trauma. You want to save Larry in order to help Clementine preserve her innocence. If Clementine wasn't there, you'd find yourself basically siding with Kenny, no doubt.
Story. Let's call it The Parable of the Twins.
That's what's so clever about the first game, the fact that Clementine effectively acts as your moral compass.
To a new place to live.
You make choices not on how it will affect Lee, but on how it will affect Clementine's growth. And you do the same in this game, but instead you're doing it on AJ's behalf.
Was a good place. The people there grew corn and raised pigs, and the twins ate well for the first time in years. They had hot showers, clean clothes, beds. They were given guns and trained to use them. The people there were kind to these girls. All that was asked in return was that they help defend the group. You see, this place had a lot of enemies, killers and thieves who wanted what they had.
I wonder if that's how the twins would tell it.
One of them would. One of the girls saw that this was a place worth fighting for, and her tears dried. But the other twin, she could never forget her old home. She rejected every gift, every opportunity, stirred up trouble every chance she got. She convinced her sister to help her steal a raft and leave on the river. Of course, they didn't get far. What happened then, Minerva? I killed her.
Shit, Minnie, what the fuck?
Is that true?
And that is so fucking cold as well. Oh, Minnie.
She was twisting my head with her lies.
Sure, yeah, it was her who was twisting your head.
I needed to show my loyalty to the place I call home.
Like it or not, you're
how could she say that with a straight face?
The question is,
oh my word.
Which twin are you going to be?
And the saddest part is that Minnie actually has some sympathy points behind her. She wasn't always that way and she deserved better.
You people are fucking sick!
Y'all better back away from the door.
Louis, calm down. Just do what they say.
Fuck no! Look what they did to Minnie. I'd rather die than become that.
Pull the mouthy one out of the cell.
Oh no.
They clearly didn't get the moral of the story. We'll have to help them understand.
Stop! Don't hurt Louis, or I'll hurt you.
Hey, yo. You better cool it, or you gonna get yourself hurt.
Fuck!
Oh, I don't like how this is going.
Stay still.
No, please, Clem.
Don't make this hurt more than it has to.
Okay, I love this kid. I love this kid. Oh!
Son of a bitch!
Stop!
That's enough.
They are in such a bad situation right now, and yet they continue to fight. The determination of these kids, their resilience. Oh!
You deserve to die. We'll kill you! I killed Marlon. He wasn't a monster, but you are! Dang.
So you killed Marlon. Huh. I bet you'd make a great soldier.
Leave him alone. This is between us.
Clem seems to care a lot about you. Come on, let's go have a chat. Just us.
Fucking touch him! Clem! No, please!
Clementine!
AJ!
Keep an eye on her, Minerva.
Lily, don't!
Get this thing moving. I want to be far away from here. Fast.
I'll start up the boiler.
Oh shit, that only gives us a limited amount of time before the bomb goes off.
Don't you dare look at me like that! This is the only way we survive.
Are you serious right now? After everything that she's done, you're just gonna help her? Fuck you! Minerva!
Fuck off!
What the hell happened to you? You killed Sophie! What the fuck? You just decided.
Yeah, that is indeed incredibly fucked. Oh shit.
Like you understand You're gonna get us all killed. You weren't there. Fuck you.
Violet, you are clearly in a fight that you can't win.
Clem, behind you!
You're the fucking problem here.
Oh shit!
I won't let you get them all killed.
Stop, Minerva! I'm warning you.
What the hell is going on down here?
Oh damn! Whoa, there's Lewis's first kill.
Wait, that's not what I...
Dorian, no!
Oh, that was a nice punch. Woohoo! 2-punch knockout. Oh, God knows how to hit.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Lewis, what do you stop apologising for? I'm sure if you keep apologising, she'll forgive you and then just get up and start walking again. I'm sure that apologies heal all wounds, including headshots.
We planted a bomb on the boat. Fuck you, there's a bomb. Mitch is dead. You just fucking go.
We have to get the hell out of here now!
Go, I need to find AJ.
I can...
I'll be fine.
Better see you on land.
You will.
Okay, nobody's died yet. Yet.
Shit, they started the boiler.
We'll focus that energy, sharpen it. I've known Clementine since before this all started. She'll come around.
Yeah, clearly she does not know Clementine well at all.
You'll come around too, once you see what we have.
Found one more
Plenty
sneaking
of
over the
food,
docks.
comfortable beds for you and Clem.
Tin!
Fuck.
Tennessee, did you get lost?
Ma'am, he wasn't alone. I got something else to show you.
This way.
Woof, that was sneaky.
Found this in a hurry.
And sure, it's a good thing they didn't hear the ruckus from earlier, isn't it?
No wonder there were so many walkers.
She says that like she knows Whisperers. Like, surely the mask would still confuse her like it did Clementine the first time. Coming to that conclusion, she came to it rather quickly.
Don't fucking scare me.
But man, at this point, Lily and Clementine are literally the only survivors from the drugstore. Even Glenn is dead by this point.
Because you're afraid. Because you're weak.
I give my people a cause to fight for. The thing about people like him, AJ, is that they're too broken to fit into a community. They won't fight for anyone but themselves. Kill it. No!
She couldn't be any more wrong.
Fuck!
Come on, 10! Do something! You are armed! Do something for God's sake!
Please.
Shoot her!
Why don't we all just take a breath, alright?
Give me my friends back.
Put down the gun.
Let them go. All of us. Or else.
Fine. Go ahead then. Do it. Save your friends.
10, come on!
That's what you came here to do, isn't it?
I'm gonna be so mad if I don't pull that trigger right now.
Oh, I see.
Really?
You can
Really?
cry. Tin.
Looks like you're not a soldier either.
Please, don't!
No!
He has a habit of biting. Ow! That hurt. Man, this is 2-on-1 and Lily is still absolutely obliterating us. That hit was so hard, literally disorientated Clementine for a moment there. Oh shit, we are losing this fight! Oh god!
You made a big fucking wait!
Okay, I'm just saying right now, if AJ wasn't here, Clementine absolutely would have lost this fight. Okay, the only regret I have right now is that I couldn't shoot Lily myself.
I will give up.
Yeah, sure you will, Lily. I don't believe a single word of shit she is spouting right now.
AJ, she's not a threat.
Not a threat?
Down there. You didn't see what she did. She tried to cut us all up.
Don't you look fearful? Surely you know you had this coming. Lily, you're being pathetic. Begging for one's life after all the shit and pain she's caused.
Give me the gun.
Can't let her hurt anyone else.
Do it, AJ!
Get her out of here! Oh, I've been waiting for that. Okay, AJ, you're kind of overdoing it there. She's dead. She was dead for the first time, now you're just wasting perfectly good bullets, but my god, did she deserve that?
Lily, we couldn't find the other. What did you do? You fucking dead.
No, don't think so. Boat's about to go boom boom.
AJ!
Damn! They're gonna end it there, aren't they? They're really gonna end it there. Well, that was 2 hours of just an absolute roller coaster. This song is also going to get copyrighted, but at this point, I'm not too worried about analysing the episode. We've kind of done that as we went along. But yeah, that is one of the biggest, like, what the fuck cliffhangers ever. So be sure to stay tuned, because tomorrow I will premiere the final episode of this franchise, Take Us Back. It's going to be one hell of an experience. Definitely be sure to check out the premiere so you can react to it live alongside me. Well, you won't be alongside me because I'm pre-recording it in advance. But trust me, if you haven't played these games before, you want to react to those games for the first time. And say that's going to premiere tomorrow so that I can make a special episode out of it to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of the Definitive Edition. We left Abel dead. Minerva is MIA. Now, had we chose not to shoot Lily, unsurprisingly, she would have fucking betrayed us and shot James. So Lily being dead means that James gets to live, and that's going to lead to some character backward development for James. You know how James has been a really good character to this point? Well, Take Us Back does one thing wrong. It's a really damn good final episode, but it absolutely fucks up James's character. It's the only part of the episode I'm not looking forward to. It's a shame that James didn't get as good an end to his arc as it was when his character was first being established. But here we are, pretty much all of these characters are MIA. Well, except Rosie, Wiley, and Ruby. Rosie is worried about everyone. That's cute. We got all of the collectibles. Yay me. That being said, that was a hell of an episode. So many emotions, and they came in at juxtaposing points. So you literally went from one extreme to another. And if that isn't memorable, I don't know what is. And this, when I saw this shot for the first time, it had me terrified. I almost didn't want to play Take Us Back, because this is an episode where you should fear for the worst. This season is all about drawing a full circle. It's about Clementine protecting Lee as what Lee did for her. Take Us Back is the name of the song that played after Lee's death. Between the name of the episode, as well as the imagery, Clementine is without her hat. And when a Walking Dead character is without the iconic thing that sums up their character, I am so fearful for what happens next that I am actually speechless. I almost didn't want to play this episode when I first binged through this entire season, because man, this is an eerie image that makes you fear the foreboding nature of what this implies. Clementine without her hat, the need to draw the full circle. Lee died in the first game, let's not forget. And this is the song that played after that travesty occurred. So Take Us Back, we're just gonna have to wait and find out to see what happens when I stream it tomorrow. But until that moment arises, peace. Whew, this was one hell of a stream.